Welcome to the Drag Me to the Movies Extras. I'm Ned.
And I'm Joe.
In this episode, we're going to talk through some of our favorite movies from the 80s. We were both born in the 80s, maybe one of us a little bit earlier than the other, but nonetheless, we were born in the 80s, and we're going to talk about the movies and probably discover some movies that Joe hasn't seen. So,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, let's dive into this. Joe, what movie comes to mind first for you?
All right. So I'm gonna do maybe more. I feel like this is a deep cut, but it's probably not. It's probably more of a common film. But this was one that a friend of mine had recommended to me back like maybe in high school days, maybe slightly after early college. And I fell in love with it. Is Better Off Dead.
Okay.
I just love the comedy in that. It's it's very much borderline typical comedy and stupid comedy, I would say, right? And stupid comedy is like right on it's in my wheelhouse. One of the funniest quotes I have out of this is when oh my god, I can't remember the characters' names, but I haven't seen this in a while, but he jumps into a dumpster or into a garbage truck,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a black guy that says, "Oh, they threw out a perfectly good white boy," or something like that. Like that was like one of the funniest things I'd ever heard in a movie. So like there's a lot of quotable things in that film, and it kind of reminds me of like the Ferris Bueller vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely in my mind a superior film to Ferris Bueller. Uh what are your thoughts about Better Off Dead? You've seen it?
I have. It's been a very long time. I think the thing I remember most from it was the little paper boy looking for his
Mm,
$2.
yep.
Um, Outside of that, I don't remember a lot of the plot and story.
Yeah, I honestly don't either. I just remember there being a lot of like funny things like the Paperboy. I actually forgot about the Paperboy until you brought that up.
Yeah.
I'm like, $2, Mister. Like that. It just there's a lot of like those reoccurring stupid jokes in that film, and that's why
Yeah.
I love it.
Mhm. Cool.
So what about you?
So I'm gonna throw one out that's probably, I would say, one of the most watched movies for me growing up. And it's one I would watch, when I went to my aunt's, when I was sick at home. I wore out the VHS tape, The Karate Kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm a
that's
s
fair. I'm not a big Karate Kid fan
Okay.
myself. I appreciate it. I appreciate what it is. It's just that's not a big one for me. But like I know my brother-in-law, he's much older than I am. Well, not much, but he actually would be a child of the 80s, and like he's all for the Karate Kid and the reboot stuff that's happening
Mhm.
on Netflix. So how do you feel about that? Have you watched any of the Cobra Kai stuff?
I know I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons. I enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed the Karate Kid Legends that's in theaters or was in theaters recently.
Oh, nice. That's the one with Jackie Chan, right?
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
cool. So what draws you to the original Karate Kid? Like what put that on the list for you?
I mean, for me as a kid, I was always into like ninja stuff, and it was just a movie that hit at the time I was growing up. So it's one I connected with
Okay.
for some reason. Not necessarily because I was a new kid to a town dealing with a bully or anything like that, but yeah, it was just a fun movie for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, karate in general is like I'm into that kind of stuff. Like I actually took karate as a kid. You would
Oh,
think that I would like Karate Kid, but I actually like the movie Three Ninjas from the 90s
Three Ninjas is
more
great.
than Karate Kid. So,
Three Ninjas
but
is
no, I
great.
I definitely understand it. But yeah, it is a good one. We should put that on the list.
Yeah,
Watch that
maybe.
sometime. All right. All right. So my next one should not be much of a surprise if you've been a listener of the podcast for a while. Airplane.
Mm,
Airplane is by far one of my favorite movies.
I never
Oh, in
saw it.
general. What's that?
I never saw it.
You never seen it?
I'm joking.
Okay, I was gonna say, what the hell? Cancel what we said the next movie is. We're gonna watch Airplane. This is by far one of my favorite movies. It's so dumb. It's so fun. Uh, yeah, it's a fantastic film. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Airplane?
I love it. It's one that like I don't revisit that often, but every time I do, I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
Um, I really should make more time for it.
Yeah, I think I'd say I probably watch it every other year.
Yeah,
It's
gosh, I can't even remember the last time I watched it. It's probably been 5 or 10 years, probably
okay.
closer to
Yeah, I
10.
think you're due. I think you're due. Add it to the list.
Yeah.
Add it to the list. All right, what do you got next?
So next for me, I don't think this is going to be a big surprise, but Raiders of the Lost Ark is by far one of my most favorite movies. So just for
Yeah, I'm
that
not
fact alone,
surprised.
it makes the list.
What what beats out any of the other uh movies from that like from the Indiana Jones side of it? Like what draws you to it?
Just the adventure and the feeling you get when you watch it. It's something that I hadn't seen before, and I really loved it. And the world it
Okay.
creates, and just the immersion, and just all that stuff.
Mm. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm all about that too.
So, what's next for
Uh
you?
yeah, so I'm gonna switch it up because otherwise it was gonna be all dumb comedies for a while. So Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Up until a couple years ago, this was my favorite Star Wars film. Uh just
Whoa.
the just the fight on Hoth alone is so badass. Like it's so gripping. Um even the whole Tauntaun thing of like, surviving in one of those. It just overall I love that film so much. Like if there was any Star Wars other than recently that I would go back and watch, just for the thrill of it, that would be the one I would watch.
So, wait. Up till recently, are you saying Rise of Skywalker won you over? Is
No, 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 no. Rogue One. Rogue
okay.
One is my favorite Star Wars film
Okay.
by
Yeah.
far.
Just making
Um,
sure.
yeah, no, 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 no. No, I'm definitely, yeah. Rogue One did such a good job, being a Star Wars film and being good.
Yeah.
Uh, but again, Empire Strikes Back is really good. So I don't want to poo poo on it too much, but it definitely took a second back seat now to Rogue One.
Yeah, that might be a good conversation for day. Maybe we can get into it when we discuss the other Star Wars movies at some point.
Okay, works for me.
Um, but yeah, I have another one that is one that I enjoyed. Uh, Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay.
It was Eddie Murphy at one of his peak points, and is a blast. I had a lot of fun with it, seeing just like the cops and robbers thing, and the music was really catchy. So that was a great time for me in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean it's a good one. A good one. It's a fun one too. So
Spawned a
can't argue that.
franchise. They
Yeah,
even remade
absolutely.
something more recent with Axel F or whatever. Which,
And
have you
I
seen
heard that
that?
was not bad.
I
I
enjoyed
haven't,
it.
but yeah, I was gonna say you told me you liked it, so
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
it's awesome.
Okay, what's next up for you?
All right, for the sake of not saying another comedy, The Fly.
Hmm.
I typically am not a Jeff Goldblum fan,
Holy
um,
crap.
but I really like The Fly. It. I think part of it is that it has some nostalgia there, and that it like really gave me the creeps as a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say
The
that's like
idea,
a pretty solid horror movie style, which you typically aren't a fan of.
right? And I think I'm pretty sure I caught it on TV at the time.
Gotcha.
So I'd like to go back and watch it again, but just the idea and how grotesque it was of Jeff Goldblum turning into a fly, like mutating over time, and just really sat with me, and I thought it was really well done.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah,
Yeah, what do you got
it's
next?
a good one. So next for me is gonna be kind of in the same horror thing. The Shining.
Okay, a
Have
good
you seen
one.
it?
I have.
So that one, I know it's kind of on the beginning of the 80s side of things, but that movie and what it did for me as a kid, seeing that, and obviously I saw myself as like Danny, just riding his trike around the hotel, and yeah,
Mm.
obviously I wasn't talking to myself with my finger going red rum, but you know, it was it was a good movie for me as a kid.
I'm pretty sure I've heard you say red rum and talk to your finger at one.
I don't think so. Pretty sure not.
Mm, hmm.
What are
Yeah,
your
that
thoughts
is a
on
good
that
one.
one?
That's I like it. It's it's a good film overall. I think what maybe like even ekes it up a little bit further for me is knowing some of the background about like the acting and I'm not gonna remember the actress's name, but her kind of going crazy after, or
Shelley
I won't say
Duvall.
she went crazy. Shelley Duvall. I won't say she went crazy, but she had some lasting effects to her
Hmm.
after filming this.
Well, yeah,
Um,
that there are reasons for that too.
right. So it's just an interesting, aside, I guess, to everything.
Okay, nice. What's next for you then?
Next for me is Spaceballs.
Mm,
I'm a giant Mel Brooks fan. Spaceballs did a fantastic job making fun of Star Wars and was again a stereotypical Mel Brooks film. And I mean, if you're like I said, if you're a Mel Brooks fan, what's not to love about this film?
yeah,
It's
for sure.
quotable. Comb the desert. We ain't found shit. We got to go plaid. How many assholes are on this ship? Like, there's so many things. And yeah, this it's just a good film. What are your thoughts on Spaceballs?
I love it. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily put it up on like my favorite movie from the '80s, but it's definitely a good one that I like to revisit.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. It's not my favorite Mel Brooks film,
Hmm.
but it's up there.
Okay, nice.
What's your next one?
All right, so one of my next ones is gonna be a movie called Untouchables.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I've not, but I want to say I know of it. I'm looking up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just got a great cast between Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, um, De Niro. It's kind of in that like prohibition age, which I always find movies that take place in that time frame interesting just out the gate. Um, but the fact that they pretty much have Kevin Costner's character forming a squad that is essentially going after Capone, um, it's super interesting. It's great storytelling and a lot of cool action in it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this. I thought I was, but I am. So add that to the list, Ned.
Okay. Yep. Definitely. If you have not seen it, we are adding it for sure.
Okay.
All right. What's next, sir?
All right. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is one of my favorites as well. It's such a goofy, good feeling movie. Um, man, like I know one of our listeners out there. This is their favorite film. Um, and he kind of reintroduced me to it at one point, and now it's like a yearly rewatch around Thanksgiving. So it's such a good film. John Candy is fantastic. Steve Martin is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they have such good chemistry on film. Um, Again,
Those
there's a
aren't
lot of
pillows.
quotable stuff in there. Yeah, there's pills. My favorite scene out of the film is when Steve Martin's falling asleep or is asleep, and John Candy runs his car into a guardrail. Or no, I'm sorry, in between the two semis, and there's
Mm-hmm.
sparks flying out, and he
Yeah.
wakes up, and John Candy's Satan
Yep.
laughing
Yep.
hysterically. Like that's one of my favorite scenes in the film.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
That is definitely
trains
a
or
fun
planes,
movie.
trains, and automobiles.
That's almost one I watch yearly,
Yeah,
especially around
yep,
Thanksgiving time.
yep, yep. We're on the same page. Very good.
Nice.
All right, what do you got next?
All right. Next, I can't get out of the '80s without throwing out some love to The Princess Bride.
Mm, I that didn't even cross my mind. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Just the whole concept of it being a kid who's homesick, has his grandfather come over and read him a book, and then the story that unfolds from there. It's great. It's got a mixture of drama, adventure, comedy. It's got everything.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I wouldn't put myself in the Princess Bride like fanatics group like a lot of people are.
Hmm.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good film.
Yeah. Plus, I think my
I did
sister would probably
appreciate
kill me if I didn't mention it.
that's fair. I did appreciate though during COVID when they did that script reread
Hmm.
with all the actors and
Yeah.
actresses. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, so yeah, but that's a good choice.
Thanks.
All right. I'm also gonna choose one that I think everybody would be remiss if I didn't include it. Is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
That movie is a hard hitter Christmas film. It's fantastic. That's one that I could watch every year multiple times and not get sick of it. It's just the jokes land over and over, like you never get sick of the characters.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really well done.
Yep.
Really well
It is
done.
definitely one of
Do
my
you
favorites. I do watch it yearly. It's almost not
Yeah,
Christmas
that's what I was
until I
gonna
watch
ask.
it.
Yep. Yep, same here. Same here. Okay, what else you got?
So another one that I'm gonna throw out is I don't know. For me, I didn't see the original movie right away, and I was introduced, and this is like one of the few radar movies I was able to watch. Rambo First Blood Part 2. Are you familiar?
I am.
Did you enjoy?
I did. It's not one of my favorites, like all-time favorites, but it's a fun watch.
Yeah.
It's senseless shooting and killing in action, and I like it, but yeah, it's not like, yeah, like a rewatch every year or anything. It's probably been 10 so years since I've seen
No,
it.
this is one that I watch almost every year around Memorial Day. Um,
Oh, nice.
yeah, all the Rambo movies I tend to try to do a rewatch at least once a year. Big Sylvester Stallone fan, and just what they did with that movie was a blast for me as a kid. Number one, the fact that it was a radar movie I was able to watch, and the fact that it was so badass, and like just everything about it was amazing for me.
That's fair. It's fair. All right. My next one, I'll match you in the action department. RoboCop.
Mm, nice.
Yeah, that's a recent addition to me. We watched this year, I believe, in the podcast. So,
Yeah.
first time being introduced to it, but it's such a good film. Yeah, it's really well done for the time, like being able to I guess imagine technology being what it was
Hmm.
in the 80s and what it could be. In a lot of cases we have some of that technology now.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I thought it was really well done overall. So yeah, big fan of RoboCop.
Nice. All right. My next one is Rocky 4.
Okay.
I loved
I've
it.
not seen it, but I know that's like the agreed best one from a lot of people.
I don't know if I would say it's the best one quality wise, but it definitely has some nostalgia points for me. Um, just the fact that it's America versus Russia, or USA versus Russia, I should say, and you have some things in there that happen as an event that really kind of set the motivation, and then Rocky kind of closing himself off and going out and training himself and getting prepared for the fight. It's just, yeah, I loved it.
Cool. I don't think you'll have trouble having anyone agree with you on that one.
Nice.
Now, speaking of which, I'm gonna have a lot of trouble getting people to agree with me on this one. But this is my last one,
Okay.
and I went back to the Christmas genre. Any guesses?
Uh, geez, 80s Christmas. Um, it's not Scrooged, is it?
No. Although that's a good one. I should add that one to my list.
um, gosh,
I doubt you're gonna guess this, but
yeah, Drummer Boy.
nope.
No, that was much older.
Yeah. All
A
right.
Christmas Story.
Nope.
Okay,
All right, you ready?
sure.
It's Ernest Saves Christmas.
That's a good one. I loved Ernest
It's a
growing
good
up.
one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I love Ernest. And this I would say between this one and Scared Stupid are kind of
Oh,
the
Scared
topper
Stupid.
echelon
I mean, have
of
you
the two.
seen all of Ernest's movies?
I have. Yep,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have. I have.
I
They're all
haven't
good in their
seen
own way,
Ernest Goes
but
to Jail in like years.
I haven't either. But I remember liking it.
Yeah.
I know there was like Ernest Goes to College or whatever. where he plays football. There's Ernest. Ernest goes to camp.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. They
His
put them out like crazy.
yeah. Well, there's one with like a cannon something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that one was.
Ernest Rides Again or something.
Yeah, there was like a whole like historic thing. That one I
Yeah.
can't remember exactly, but yeah, Ernest Saves Christmas is very good, very well done.
Yep.
Jim Varney is such a good uh actor at what he does,
Hmm.
facial expressions, uh turning into different characters throughout. Like I don't know what what the name of the character is that he plays, but I always laugh when he's that woman with the neck brace on.
Hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know who
Like
you're talking about, but yeah, I
that's
don't
one of my
remember the name.
favorite things he does when like he'll turn into that. Um Bobby and is it Chuck when
I
they're in
think
there?
so. Yeah.
Like those two are hilarious to me. Um yeah, just overall I'm a big Ernest fan, and I feel like this is one of the better ones.
Nice. Yep. I agree. It's a good one.
Uh, all right, I'm tapped, Ned. So if you still have a list, this would be the lightning round for you, sir.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of rattle off some of the ones that I think are, ones we covered on the podcast already. And then I have a few more that we haven't touched, but I'm gonna throw them out anyway. So
Okay.
Die Hard, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is not one on the list, but I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Ghostbusters, Dead Poet Society, and then Predator. That's a great
Yeah.
one. We did that on the podcast. And then Batman 1989. Like, how could I not throw that out there? It's one of the best Batman movies ever. Best Batman actor as well. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, wow.
I agree.
Wow. Okay.
It's well done.
Yeah.
I know,
Hmm.
but he is good.
Yeah. Back to the Future. Those were all a lot of fun.
Hmm.
And then there's a few that I have in here really that are kind of, I didn't necessarily love them in the 80s when I was living it because I was a lot younger, but as I matured, Evil Dead 2 was one that I found a lot of
Okay.
love for later on in life. Stand By Me was another one.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think ultimately, like The Breakfast Club, that was another one. Just a lot of these movies that they were part of my life at a different time. I probably would have had them higher on the list, but being the ones I was exposed to, I think I put together a pretty solid list, and I think you did as well, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely took me some digging to figure out what was going to make this list. Just because I'm not much of an '80s savant, so I
Yeah.
keep using that word tonight. I feel like that's Pee Wee's magic word tonight is savant with me.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you and I definitely picked a lot of the solid ones. I
Hmm.
think you and I might have picked some ones that maybe aren't like the best known for the 80s by everyone, but I feel like you had a ton that are like the namesakes for the 80s
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
I mean, obviously, there's tons more out there that we did not discuss. I could continue to rattle them off all night, but I know those ones that I mentioned are the ones that I would put on my favorite list. Um, Not saying there wouldn't be more, but I can't be here all day.
Right.
So, all right, cool. So, with that, we are going to be doing our next recommendation for a movie. That will be Akira. If you haven't
Indeed.
seen it, we haven't either. So, come join us as we talk through the movie for the first time as we both watch.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
Yeah. I've heard so many good things about it. I just never found it on a place, and I don't even know if it's subtitled or dubbed or what it is, but I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna watch it. So, all
Good
right,
stuff.
well, I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. Be sure to check us out on Threads and Facebook at To the Movies Pod, and we are also on YouTube where you can engage in the comments and listen and watch maybe at the Movies Pod on YouTube. So. Thanks for joining.
Yep. Thanks for the recommendations, Ned.
Likewise. And if you have any movies that you want us to kind of watch or review, let us know. If there's any 80s movies that we missed that are your favorites, please call us out. Until next time, bye.
Bye bye.